Hello you beautiful peeps, my name's John. Have you ever been in a situation where you're working on a project and you just forget about the mess that you are creating? This is the first time that I've recorded with such a mess here, but I wanted to show you guys how bad it got, because it got really, really bad. Check this out, look at this. I've been drilling, I've been cutting, I've been doing everything here because I have been converting the Nitro F1 car to electric. So I now have the Nitro version and I have an electric version, and I wanted to show you this in some detail. So you're just going to have to excuse the mess. This is what happens when I just get laser focused. It required a lot of manipulating, Frankenstein type situation to get it to the running stage, and it's still not perfect. There is some things that I need to change. Now, to be clear, I've not abandoned this. I'm waiting for a new clutch for this. The problem when you buy older F1 cars that are Nitro, you have a problem finding parts and sourcing parts, and I've definitely found that with this one here. The engine has in fact been bed in now, so I have run it and the engine's running okay-ish, but the clutch is not working, so it cannot run just now. So I'm waiting for that to arrive. Once it arrives, I'm going to get it up to the speed run area and give it a good run along with this one. But I wanted to show you this one specifically. One thing that I didn't even think about till I actually had this shell on is this is the display shell. This is what you have when you have it on your shelf, and then you have a Lexan shell over the top, the plastic shell for when you're running it, because obviously when you've got the cooling head, it's so high up that this one wouldn't fit. But because I've converted this one to electric, it means that this shell will in fact fit. Sorry, loads of petrol oil coming off the bottom of that. So let me show you the inside. I'm really happy with how it's turned out, I'll be honest with you, but there are, as I said, a few things that need to be fixed for it to run perfectly. So how far up are you? Let's bring it down a little bit so you can see the Frankenstein type situation I have. Oh, there we go. Been doing. Okay, so as you can see, receiver's just flapping around. That's not even taped in. But this was the original spur gear that was on it. And as you can see, the teeth are huge, and I had no pinions at all that would fit. Luckily though, I had a JLB Cheetah spur free. For some reason that I ordered it, didn't ever need it. So what I've managed to do is actually put that in place of where this was, with, as I said, a little bit of manipulation. Like for example, this is one of those wheel nuts. Why is that so bright? There we go. One of those wheel nut removers, unscrewers, tools that I actually cut up. The reason being that the diameter was just enough to fit along the shaft, but then the bigger bearing was able to then go over the outer edge of that. Because remember, it doesn't matter, this isn't going to wear down because you've got the bearing spinning around. So I've got that there and that there on the bearing to enable this to turn freely. You may notice here I have a slightly bent dog bone. Told you it was Frankenstein. Reason being that the original one, wherever that went to, this one here that fits better size wise would not fit in the smaller one of these on the JLB Cheetah. Obviously these are wider than that one there, so it wouldn't fit. So this one was actually nicked off. Which one did I nick it off? Yeah, nicked it off this one, the Besgar 7. So I just nicked the dog bone off that. It is actually pretty handy having these cars laying around that I can just pull parts off. I mean, I got desperate. Even this one's being pulled apart because as the JLB Cheetah spur gear was here, I was wondering if the pinion would work, but I had a spare pinion, so I didn't need to take it apart after all. So this, I need to get a better size one. I was, for some reason, just before I fell asleep last night, I was wondering whether I could just like turn the motor around and just have a drive shaft directly to the motor, but that wouldn't work, right? say in the comments below why it wouldn't work, because my brain's gone into just overload with this car. The steering wasn't working and whatnot. It was really tight. I mean, you can see I need a new servo on this, because I'm not happy with that at all, but at least it is steering now, which is good. Kind of important when you're talking about the speeds involved. And the actual differential at the rear sounded really rough, and I'm like, did the person that put this together not put grease in it? So I opened it up, checked it, and yes, there was grease in it, but it wasn't touching any of the gears because it was so old that it had just pretty much dried up. And first time I've seen that, literally I scooped a whole lump of it out in one go. So that's now got white lithium grease in there and is very much better. So let me just quickly turn this on, and you can see this thing spinning around. It's quite funny. So we do have the steering, and told you it didn't sound amazing, but what's a bit cool and a bit concerning at the same point is this is a 3660 motor, 3500 kV, and this ESE can handle 4S, and currently we've only got 2S in here. Can you imagine what happens when we put 4S in here? I'm having troubles keeping it in a straight line on the roof. Obviously the roof's not very big here, so we'll be able to get better control at the speed or an area, but I still think I'm going to lose control pretty easily. Go over a bump and it's going to go out of control, so I'm going to have to fit the gyro onto this. See that rear tyre? Any ideas? Did you see what that was? Alright. So, that is how far I have gotten with this car so far. I don't know if I can run with this. I don't see why not. If I hit something, it's just going to be completely totaled. I mean, it's so fragile. All of these bits fall off, just like you can see I've lost a wing mirror there. And on this side here, I've got that's missing. You know, they're supposed to have little aerials all along here that have just been snapped off along the way. So it's a very fragile shell at the best of times, I think, but add on to that the age of it, it's even more fragile. But I think it looks so much better with that shell that I think I may run it. There you go. So that is the update on both of the F1 cars. The Ferrari F2004 is still over at Matthew's house. He's got that running now, which is fantastic. So I have to get a date together when that one and the Ferrari can run together, and then we'll get all of them together, and then we're going to do the race between the the EX07, this one initially, as long as this one's fast enough, and then we'll get this one racing up against it, which should be pretty cool, I have to be honest with you. I really can't wait for that to happen. So there you go, that's the update. Thank you so much for watching. On the next video, I think I will be fitting the electronics to that, but I have to clean up, and this is probably going to take me ages. The actual car doing this has taken me now 3 days to get to this stage, so that gives you some idea of how long it took, but at least we're up to this stage. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I'll catch you next time. Take care, stay safe. Bye-bye.